Hello, and welcome to the first mini episode of Anxiety Diaries, a usually weekly podcast about mental health, incredible people, and so much more. I'm your host, Scott Newmeyer, and today is the first mini episode. I figured it's a good way to break up the schedule, give you guys a little bit more content throughout the week. Then you don't have to wait every single week, 7 whole days for a new episode. And these little mini episodes will just be tips, tricks, and little anecdotes about what I've dealt with in my anxiety. So today we're going to talk about waiting. And the reason I wanted to talk about this today is because I was just waiting. I dropped the kiddos off at my mom's, their grandmother's, today. They love hanging out there. It's really nice out. It's beautiful out today. Beautiful. 60 degrees, sunny New Jersey weather. And on the way home, I decided to stop at ShopRite. Now, I don't know if you guys have a ShopRite near you, but I'm sure you have something like a ShopRite near you. You have a Wegmans, or you have Super Walmart, or whatever it is. Wherever you go to get your groceries at the supermarket, that's what ShopRite is. Anyway, the ShopRite is right up the street from where I grew up, and it's always packed. ShopRite is insane. Anytime you go there, you can always expect to be wading through aisles of people trying to grab things off the shelves or waiting in line at the deli counter forever. So today I decided, why not? It's a really nice day out. I want to get home and get outside, but I'll pick up a couple things on the way home, some groceries, a little bit of deli meat, and then I'll be on my way. So I head into the store and I walk back to the deli counter, which is right near the entrance. And you guys know, if you've ever been to a deli or a supermarket where they have a deli counter, they have these little tickets. You take a ticket and then you wait for your number to come up. It's like some form of lottery. It's super exciting. You're waiting for your number. So I get my ticket. I'm number 97. They're already on number 95. I think to myself, this is great. This is going to be fantastic. I'm going to be out of here in no time. I don't have to worry about a thing. I'll get my bologna, I'll get my turkey breast, and I'll be on my way. So I'm holding ticket number 97. And it just so happens that today is the day that they only have 2 people working the deli counter, 2 people on the meat slicers slicing away, and there's one little old lady. She seems very nice. Don't get me wrong. She seems super nice old lady. I'm sure she's pleasant. But she wanted a lot of meat. A lot of meat. There's no way she was eating all this meat. It was for a party, or she was buying for her entire family, or something to that effect. Because this lady was getting so much. I've never seen somebody get so much meat at a deli counter. She had this guy slicing meat for probably 15 minutes straight, back and forth to the little glass booth where they have all the meats. Some sliced thin, some sliced thick, some sliced extra thick. Who knows what was going on? Anyway, so she's getting all this meat, and the clock is ticking, right? And there's one other person handling the other person in front of me. So number 96 is waiting too. They still haven't gone yet. So I'm waiting there and I'm waiting there. I even posted an Instagram story. You can follow us on Instagram at Anxiety Diaries podcast. I posted an Instagram story of the ticket waiting in line. And I was having a good day. Like, it was a good morning, no problems. I was feeling pretty good. You know, I'm going to drop the kids off with my mom. They're going to have a great time playing with their grandparents. And I'm going to come home. I'm going to get some cleaning done. I'm going to get some work done around here. It's going to be a nice day, right? I'm not feeling anxiety. But the minutes start to tick away while I'm holding this little tiny white ticket in my hand, number 97. And I can hear the clock start ticking in my brain. There's no real clock, but I can hear it ticking in my brain. And I'm looking at it up at the numbers, and it still says 95. And I start to think to myself, what if it never gets to 97? What if I'm just standing here forever, waiting for my meat? And that's totally irrational, right? But that's what happens with anxious people. You go from being excited, having a good day, to the next moment not being okay. And that's not to say I wasn't okay. I was okay. I wasn't freaking out. I was calm, cool, collected. But inside, I was like, let's get the show on the road. I got to get out of here. For me, anxiety always starts in my stomach. So my stomach starts rumbling. I start feeling, gassy. I start feeling like I have to go to the bathroom. I'm sure there are some of you anxiety sufferers who do the same thing. Some people start sweating. That's not first for me. For me, it's always my stomach first. So I start feeling uncomfortable, and I'm like, lady's over there rambling off the next type of meat she wants. And I'm wondering if we're ever going to get to 97. And I'm waiting. And I'm still waiting, and my stomach is rumbling. I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. But then I say to myself, you're okay. Nothing bad is happening right now. You're uncomfortable. It sucks. But give it a minute or two and it's going to pass. Anxiety for me is very much a control thing. When I don't feel like I'm in control, when I feel trapped, when I feel like I can't get out of a situation or something, that's when I start to get anxious. And here I was with this ticket in my hand, wondering if I was ever going to get my meat. I didn't want to give up my number. I didn't want to walk to the rest of the store and get the rest of the things I needed yet. I had my number and I was in line and it was almost my turn, despite what the meat-loving lady next to me thought. And I just sat there, leaning on my cart. And I said, it's only 2 numbers. You could do this. There's no reason to leave. There's no reason to get upset. You're a little uncomfortable. No big deal. You work through it and you'll be okay. So they call 96. I'm still waiting. The other person is still helping the lady with all the meat. And 96 seems like a very pleasant lady. She's giving her order. I'm waiting for the next turn. My stomach's still rumbling. I look around the store a little bit. They've changed it since the last time I was there. So there's things moved in different places, and I start to think about my plan of action. Once I get my turkey and my bologna in my hand, where am I going next? Should I go to the right? Should I get some bread? Should I go to the left? Get some iced tea? Where am I going? So I start to plan. And as I'm planning the rest of my trip through the store, and as I'm thinking about the fact that we're now on 96, one number closer to 97, I stop thinking about waiting. I stop thinking about my stomach rumbling. I stop thinking that I have to go to the bathroom. And I stop thinking all these intrusive thoughts that have been banging around in my head for the past 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it was that I was standing there. And then I hear 97. Wave my ticket in the air, say that's me, walk up to the counter and order the bologna. And that's it. I'm okay. Obviously I'm okay. I'm talking here. I'm talking to you. It was a few minutes. It was uncomfortable, but I'm okay. And you're okay. I'm sure you've felt this before, and I'm sure you'll feel it again. We are anxious people. That's what happens. We have anxiety. We feel uncomfortable. But if we sit with it, if we sit and think about what we're feeling, if we don't leave, if we don't get up and run, if we don't listen to that lizard brain that tells you fight or flight, 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 run. If we don't listen, if we sit there in it, and we think about it, and we let that feeling wash over us, that rush goes away. Sometimes it takes longer than other times. Sometimes it can take 20 minutes. Sometimes it could take an hour. For some people, it could take a day. But it goes away. And you calm down. And then when you're done, you feel accomplished. You feel like you did something. Like you conquered something. You feel better. And that's what happened here. I walked around the rest of the store. Got the rest of my items. In fact, I walked around a little bit longer than I had to. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to reassure myself that I'm okay. That what I felt before was normal. It's part of life. And that I didn't have to be afraid. So I walked around the store. I got the rest of my stuff. Walked up to the counter. Paid. Got in my car and got home. But I want you to know that it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to stand in line and sweat. It's okay to have that voice inside your head telling you to run. But don't listen to it. It's okay to hold that little white ticket between your sweaty fingers while the lady next to you starts rambling off meat. Number 97 is coming. It may take longer than you had hoped. It may take longer than you had expected. But it's coming. There's no reason for you to be afraid. And that's what I wanted to tell you today. Sometimes you have to wait. And that's okay. You can do it. Anxiety is a tricky thing. One minute you feel fine. The next minute you're sweating. Or your stomach hurts. Or you feel like you have to run to the bathroom. Or you're dreading the next 20 seconds while you're waiting for that number to be called. But you can do it. I know you can, because I did. And when they call that number, when they call your number, you're ready to order your meat or whatever you're going to do, you'll feel better. You'll feel better about yourself. You'll feel better about the next time you have to stand in line, order your bologna or your turkey. I promise, it does get better, but you can't give up. Eventually, they will call your number, and you're going to be standing there waiting because you didn't run. Even if you were afraid, you're still there. And I know because I did it. Thanks for listening, guys. See you in a couple days.